USA stormed ahead, but Europe fought back for a 3-2 lead on day one at the Party Poker Mosconi Cup, and that's what we're talking about on Off the Rail. What a day one we've seen here at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino Convention Centre in Las Vegas. Karl, for the teams, it's all about winning the first session, and from 2-0 down, that's exactly what Europe did.
Yeah, Europe showed a lot of heart in the end, didn't they? Because they had the crowd against them, and trailing 2-0, you were thinking, oh God, what's going on here? But, you know, they stuck in and won the last 3 points. So 3-2, going to bed. Very, very happy.
Marcus went big with his single choices. Joshua Filler and Jason Shaw both playing today and both coming through with big points.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he has gone big, hasn't he, to go Filler then Shaw. That's like sort of the top two, if you like. And then obviously Johan's kind of just laid it back a little bit. No Shane and no Skylar on day one, so he's obviously saved it for day two. But, you know, it's not easy going out there if you're losing and you're under severe pressure. So if they lose the doubles first one, you know, you're 4-2 down before the singles goes on.
Well, that was the interesting thing for Europe. They were 2-0 down, but they didn't fold under the pressure at all. In fact, Josh Filler stepped up brilliantly. Yeah,
you can see he just wants to be there, and he's almost got this arrogance about him, hasn't he, where he knows he's the #1 player in the world, and he just don't think he can be beat. But Billy's a little bit unlucky, you know. His first 2 breaks, he's had 2 horrendous kicks in off, but that's just a game of 9-ball, you know. You have to take your chance, and that's it.
And overall, what stood out for you today?
I think it was just a sort of, there was no real major talking points, I don't think. No one's, you know, missed any silly balls or done anything daft. I think it's all set up poised, you know, for tomorrow. With Shane's probably going to play singles, maybe Skylar or hopefully tomorrow there'll be more talking points. Like I said, I just think Europe did well just to stick in there and, you know, get the last 3.
They did, and they got those last 3 points, and their captain, Marcus Schmatt, will no doubt be delighted with that, and he's been speaking to Nick Schulman.
Marcus, nice comeback today. How are you feeling after day one? What's your kind of takeaway?
Well, obviously, if you look at it, I'm happy that we're up 3-2. I mean, it could have been way worse. We went off on a bad start, so obviously I'm happy with the 3-2.
Yeah, Filler really showed up. New addition to the team, wasn't here last year. You know, how's it been for the lads, kind of having him on board?
He's just a different character, you know, totally different. He makes everybody smile. I mean, not only just running out, the way his personality is, he's happy-go-lucky, and it, you know, it turns out the other players on and keep them happy and strong, and you know, he's such an asset to our team. So not only playing-wise, he's such an asset in the practice room as well.
Noticed Shaw was a little more subdued maybe than years past, and you were kind of keeping him calm.
Yeah.
Looked like he played great in that singles match. Was that kind of the plan?
Yeah, I talked to him that he should be more composed, you know. But towards the end, he couldn't handle himself really, so he went off. But I said, you're such a great player. I mean, you're probably top 3, at least maybe the world, best in the world. You never know. It's somewhere around there. And I said, just play it composed, because it's hard to play, you know, all over the place. I mean, Filler did it the way he does it, but it's just hard to do it, you know.
It looked like Kazakis really showed up in the doubles match. I mean, he seemed pretty steady. How are you feeling about his game?
Yeah, both Kazakis and Kachi they look so much more confident now from last year, you know. They know what to expect, and they are so much better in the practice room, and you know, more comfortable, more happy, and yeah, I'm so looking forward to the next 3 days for them, both of them.
Well, you guys look good out there. Good luck tomorrow. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
Yes, all about the session wins at the Mosconi Cup for the 2 team captains. So Marcus going to bed happy, Johan less so, but plenty of positives, I think, for him to take as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I think obviously when, you know, you've got Shane and Skylar and Teale to come out, in some ways he's put Billy on first just to not get him out the way. I don't mean that, but he knew Filler was going on first or sure, so he didn't want to risk Shane, because obviously they can all beat everybody, can't they? But I just think the Mosconi Cup's about not letting it get away from you and letting the confidence go. And I think overall Europe will be delighted, because to be 2 down and then leading 3-2. It was the same last year though. You know, Europe were up 2-0 and then they lost 3-2, so role reversal.
But from there, last year, USA then took the second session as well. The lead grew and grew. What have USA got to do to stop that happening, apart from the obvious win the session tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's just a case of getting the pairings right, isn't it? You would certainly think Shane will be out in the singles tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. And I would think probably Shane and Skylar will be playing the singles tomorrow. And then obviously it's down. Niels didn't look too clever today. Looks a bit edgy out there. Didn't quite settle down. So it'll be interesting to see what singles matches are put out there tomorrow for Shamat.
That was an interesting one with Niels today. He didn't look his Mosconi Cup self. Do you think maybe a bit of pressure, the talk about whether he should have been in the team or not, might have got to him?
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I just think even shots that he was making, in fact, the very first whack of the team, he cleared the table, but it were all a bit like he were getting a little nudge here and then. It weren't very clean, and everything just sort of fell in. And they had a good chance in the doubles, didn't they? He missed that long one ball at 4-4, and so it could have been 4-1 Europe really. But I think overall 3-2's a fair result. And as Saturday now is a bit of a neutral. I think you just don't want it to be 4-1 and run away. You want to see it close, don't you? And you want to see the big pressure moments. So fair result.
We've already heard from the European captain Marcus Shamat. Time now to hear from the American coach Johan Roysink.
Coach, how you feeling after day one?
Well, after day one, 3-2 at least is a fight. We got up 2-0, a little bit too easy, I think. Maybe we got a little bit too relaxed after that. Then we got a terrible match with Filler against Billy. They got kicked in two times. Terrible situation for Billy to go out, to get out from. That happens sometimes. So that match was a no-brainer for Europe. But then we also made a couple of mistakes in the last matches, and in the race to 5 you can't make mistakes. So what we now do is we regroup, we evaluate, and we try to improve these things tomorrow and win the day.
What's tonight looking like with the boys?
Well, they have a little bit of free time now, and tonight we will rally at our room. Shane will practice, of course, and maybe just in the title also. But basically, we need to relax. Also, we've done a lot of preparation, so now it's time to relax and make sure that everything settles down. And it's more about focus now than actually let the arm go on the table. So we just got to improve on our mistakes, and then we'll be good.
So no sense of urgency just yet, right? We're just
No,
are we taking it one shot at a time, or
As always,
Yeah.
one shot at a time, one match at a time. We try to not play the score, but play the table because it's 9-ball. We just gotta, break well and run out when we can. And we didn't do that enough today.
You think the balls rolled a little bit funny for the USA though today, or?
Well, I mean, in the race to 5, there's big moments. I think we had a couple of them on the right time in the first couple of matches. I mean, they were as lucky as we were, or as unlucky. But we just had the luck on the the correct time. But also they made some mistakes, and we just we could pick up from their mistakes. We didn't play great, but at least we played intense. And then after match 3, it kind of crumbled down. Yes, they had like Jason when he banks the 1 ball, banks in 3 gets in, and he has perfect position. These are big moments because it's in 2 direction a swing, and if you see the 5-3 result, and actually should be 4-4, so then puts a lot of pressure on Jason. Well, to be honest, he played good. He didn't go into the crowd as much as he normally did, so that was good for him. He played good, and we'll just have to improve and be better.
Team USA coach Johan Roysink talking to Nick Schulman there. Karl, just one last look ahead to tomorrow. We've got that fans' choice match tomorrow, which is always a bit of a wild card. I guess if you're America, you're probably thinking Shane might take that, which means you might see him twice tomorrow, which will be really interesting for the day.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, I did forget about that actually. Well reminded, pal. I think, like you said, you would think he's going to get the fans' choice, and then you'd also think Europe's going to be probably between Shaw and Filler, wouldn't you? That's what we're saying. So, if, like you say, he could play twice tomorrow, so is it a smart move? Yeah, probably is.
And for Europe, as you say, possibly Filler, possibly Shaw, we don't know. But if it is one of those two guys, they've played confidently today, so they're going to be starting tomorrow in a very good mood.
Yeah, Filler just looks bang up for it. I mean, so does Jason, don't get me wrong. He missed a tricky 2-ball to probably win 5-0, and then Bergman come back strong, and he held himself together. But they're both pumped. Jason were telling me, I'm really pumped for this, I need to calm down. And you did sort of notice that he weren't going as ballistic as he did last year until after he'd won the point, and I think that was a big key thing for Jason.
And he did, as he likes to do, give it to the American crowd as well at the very end there. Yeah. That'll get them riled up. They've been in a really feisty mood today, the American crowd.
Honestly, I've played in Vegas twice, and you just always felt like when you come to America, it's a bit more toned down. The Brits and Europeans, they like getting on the pop and having a good time and whatnot, and then you hear a few things shouted out that probably shouldn't be, and it all gets a bit naughty out there. But USA, really loud crowd. I couldn't believe it. It was like, I think Billy fluked a ball and the full crowd just jumped up, and it is the noisiest I've ever heard it over here.
They have really stood up and been counted, the American crowd today. I'm sure we'll see more of the same tomorrow when the Mosconi Cup returns, and of course we'll be back for more Off the Rail at the end of play. Goodbye.